Hey everybody, welcome back into K17 Reactions. I am your host Jimmy, and today I'm going to go way on back in the past, even farther back than when I was born. I've told y'all in other videos before that, growing up, as far as, music or really anything for that matter, I knew what I liked and that's what I listened to. Or maybe it was a movie, a certain type of movie. Those are the movies I watched. And so there's a lot of stuff I didn't experience that some people may think, there's no way you're, you know, almost 57 years old and you haven't heard this or heard that. It happened. I did a recent reaction to a Janis Joplin song. And I had never heard. Now, I'm sure that I probably heard a Janis Joplin song in passing. I grew up with 6 older brothers and sisters, so, they had their record players and their 8 tracks and, playing their various things. So it's possible I've heard some things, but just don't know it. Another artist I'm going to do a reaction to with soon, who, again, I could not tell you a single song by this man, and I know he was extremely popular, and that is Jimi Hendrix. So that's another one that I'm going to be doing here very soon. But the one I'm going to do tonight is Bob Dylan. It's funny, when I think about Bob Dylan, the same thing pops in my head every single time. And it was if y'all remember the comedian Sam Kinison, from way back in the 70s and 80s and so forth, he was definitely interesting. But there was one of his stand-up skits or sketches that I saw where he made the statement that, who the hell ever told Bob Dylan he could sing? So anytime I hear Bob Dylan's voice, and that's mainly the only place I've heard his voice is on We Are the World, when he did that back in 1985 with USA for Africa. So I know what his voice sounds like, but I honestly could not tell you of any of his songs. So that's what I'm going to try to do tonight. And like I told you with Janis Joplin, I did, what was the name of that song with her? Me and Bobby McGee. The title of it sounded familiar, but when I actually reacted to it, I'd never heard it before. And so that might be, with Bob Dylan here, I may have heard this song before, and if I have, then I'll let y'all know that. But just by the title itself, I just don't know. So and I'm going to look over here and read it off the screen. Bob Dylan, the song I'm going to do is Like a Rolling Stone. And I found a live version from 1965 in Newport. I don't know if that's Rhode Island or where that is, but so that's the version I'm going to play. About a 6-minute song, which was kind of long songs, at least from what I can remember for back in the day. But this he did this concert in '65, so I wasn't born till '69. So I can guarantee I wasn't around when it came out. So anyway, saying all that, if you would like to request music via donation, you'll see my QR code for my PayPal here next to me. Never any obligation. If it's something you want to do, it would be greatly appreciated. But nonetheless, I will still look down in the comments and I will still add to my list as I see requests coming down there. If you like what I'm doing here on the channel, please hit that like button. Also share, comment, subscribe, the whole 9 yards there. And again, all that would be greatly appreciated as well. And finally, I'm going to leave a link to my Patreon down in the description. I'm still working on it, trying to get some things together with it. Yeah, that's all I got to say beforehand. Let's get into some Bob Dylan. See what old Bob has to say. Like a Rolling Stone, live Newport 1965. And here we... Sounds like I get a little hum there. All right, let's see if that's any better. Here we go.
Dime in your prime, then you people call, say beware doll, you're bound to fall. You thought they were all in you. You used to laugh about everybody that was hanging out. Now you don't talk so loud.
The chorus sounds a little familiar, and I'm trying to think. Oh, man. I have heard this, but at least I think I have, but I don't think I heard him singing it. It almost makes me think that I heard somebody on a talent show singing it. Man. Matter of fact, I'm almost positive it was on a talent show. Britain's Got Talent or America's Got Talent, one of them. No. I actually think it was on one of the versions of The Voice. I saw a clip, and it's just something about that just caught me there. But I know I haven't heard him sing this. I can tell you that for sure. So yeah, let's get back into this.
But you know you only used to get juiced in it. Nobody's ever taught you how to live out on the street, and now you're gonna have to get used to it. You say you'd never compromise with the mystery tramp, but now you
awfully abruptly. There you have Bob Dylan from 1965 in Newport, whichever Newport that happens to be. Like a Rolling Stone. Yeah, just I kept sitting here thinking about it, and I think there towards the beginning somewhere, getting close to the first time he sang the chorus, he said like, "Didn't I? Didn't I?" I think that's what he had said back then, and that is what triggered something in my mind that I'd heard somebody sing that before. But I can tell you that that would be the only part, and when he says like a Rolling Stone, that is the only part of this song that I'm even remotely familiar with. So, and I think it was somebody on maybe The Voice UK or somewhere. But anyway, yeah, I still think it's hilarious. Sam Kinison, who the hell told Bob Dylan he could sing anyway? But I know he's got to be. Well, if this was in '65, I bet you he was. Well, let's see. In 1985, when We Are the World came out, I think I read that he was 54, 44, 45. So I had to put his birthday somewhere in the early 40s. So yeah, he's probably 85, 86, 87, somewhere around there now. But anyway, he does definitely have a very unique voice. There's nobody else out there that you're going to hear sing with that voice and know that it's anybody but Bob Dylan. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. Maybe some of the people out there who are around my age or a little bit older, hopefully maybe this brought back some memories for you. I just still, this was from the 60s. I always say the 70s and 80s to me were the best music, but you can dip back into the 60s too, because there were some very, very good artists and groups back in those days. So hopefully yeah, okay. I'm going to try that again in English this time. See, listening to Bob Dylan, now I'm starting to talk like that. Now, I was fixing to try to do a Bob Dylan impersonation, but I'm not going to do that. I embarrass myself enough as it is. So, but hopefully y'all enjoyed that, is what I was trying to say a minute ago. If you did, hit that like button. Also subscribe for me. I'm getting close to, I'm about 30-some subscribers away from 4,500, and then I'm going to be looking at 5,000. Hopefully I'll be able to get everything situated in my life right now, and be able to continue to regularly put out stuff, put out content for you. So, and also signed up with the Amazon Associates program too, which is a program that I just happened to come across earlier, where they will partner with content creators, influencers, and you might see little pop-ups on the screen of certain products or down in the description or whatever. So, but I'm still trying to figure that part out. So, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let me just encourage you, if you are having any issues with mental health, I just want to let you know that you're not alone. That is one of the biggest things that a lot of people with mental health think, especially depression and so forth, that you're all alone, you have to do everything yourself and so forth, and that's just not the way it is. There are people out there that will help you, that do care. Till next time.